right. The green screen. Much better. Dire Docks. It's a Super Mario 64 skip for speedruns. Pull up my list of notes. What are we doing tonight? Coins at the end of battle. It's a very finicky trick that in the Mario Hour runs, Dupu got like one time randomly, it seems like. It saves a lot of time if you get it, but it just wasn't reliable. Okay, when an enemy dies, it needs to drop some coins, some bits specifically. Bits are the currency. How does this work in Paper Mario? Feels like every enemy just has a random distribution of coins associated with it. It does seem like the more enemies in a fight, the more coins you get. Like it really does feel like each enemy has a specific number of coins. Like it can range from, like let's say your little enemies are like a coin flip. You either get 0 coins or 1 coin per Goomba. I bet it's something like that, where it's just even distribution, and some enemies might be worth more coins. And then it just keeps track of the number of coins in battle. So let's throw that on the battle manager as coins earned. Earned bits. We'll have earned bits. And enemy directory, we'll be able to define a range of bits. Is there a good way to do a bit range? Just an array? Just assume we've got an array that's the correct amount. Let's do something like this. And maybe the default is 0 to 1. But then some of them might always be worth more. Like for our test, we could say 3 to 5. No, 3 to 8. Let's say 5 to 10 to make it easy to confirm. And so we have more that we can see if they're going in the right directions. We want the ones that fall out to not be collected immediately, but to have a chance to land on the ground. Okay, so when you defeat an enemy, that tallies into earned XP. So where are we setting that to? Where are we increasing your earned XP? Award some XP. Yep. Okay, so right here. This is where we update that. So this has a bunch of stuff about like checking for maximum, making sure it's not negative. I don't know in what cases earned XP. Oh, because, yeah, calculating how much you get is its own thing based on the level. Yeah, so all we got to do is look up where award pending XP happens. Now, let's go ahead and make a new function here. Award bits. Not coins, they're bits. And that's based on the unit that died. And we're not going to display the amount that's sitting around. Let's see. So we're going to take the base bit amount is 5. No, is 0 or 1. Pick random. But, oh my gosh, we're doing a lizard party already? Unbelievable. Oh wait, Mac, you did a lizard party 2 minutes ago and I didn't even notice. The lizards are sneaky sometimes. I really need it to play some kind of party music. Except then it's just another soundboard. Okay, so that's going to be the base amount of coins we're going to get. Oh, great. Now we got to check on Gleba. Kevin, it's going pretty good. We're finally adding money drops to our RPG here. We've already got XP, and that's all working just fine. It animates pretty nicely, looks cool. So next step is we want to grab unit type. Let's see here. Bits range equals get bits with a default of that. Does that work? Get, I believe that works. That get takes 2 parameters. Assuming it's a dictionary, not an object, we'll see. And then we want to do random in range. So we're going to take our, let's see here, rand integer in range from bits range 0 to bits range 1. I need to double check that this is inclusive. Inclusive. Perfect. So we just give it the min and the max, and that's how many bits you're going to get. And then we're just going to say battle manager dot earned bits. Is that what we called that function? Yep, earned bits plus equals the number of bits that we earned. And that's it. That's all we have to do for this function. Next up, figure out where we're calling the XP awarding. Right here. Also, right there. Oh, Day with another one. Each character had a unique reaction to money drops. Well, it happens outside of combat in the field, so there's not really going to be any chance for an animation to be thrown in without disrupting the flow. There will be plenty of unique characterization for the different partners. Definitely. Okay. All right, so that should handle this much. We are now getting a amount of money right here. Now we need to get it out of the battle. We need to take that tallied up amount of money, that integer, and make it spawn some coins. Where are we doing that? I think the chest is probably a good place to start because it's got coins that pop out. Coin from chest. What is this? Coin from chest. Coin underscore from underscore chest. Okay. Let's look at the chest mechanism. Show me how this one works. Pop out prizes. It just pops coins out, and then the coins can be immediately collected. That's something we want to change, but I think we can use this same object. You know what, Day? I'm doing pretty good. Pretty good indeed. Prizes is an array of rigid bodies. Interesting. Coin scene is just a rigid body? All right. That's fine. Okay, so where is this coin scene? Coin from chest right here. It is in fact a rigid body. There it is. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, it's so shiny. Okay. So this guy right here. Yeah, we can just grab this scene and instantiate it when a battle ends. So that's going to be the encounter manager, I believe. Encounter result. What happens at the end of an encounter? If it was a victory, then we delete the enemy, but also we want to spawn the number of coins we got. Now, where is that going to be? Let's put that right in here. Let's say encounter prizes. Actually, no, let's hold off on that for just a bit. Let's say, encounter bits count. I'm thinking in the future, enemies could also spawn items after you defeat them, but probably only one. And so we want to allow for that as well. All right, so where are we setting encounter result? And wherever we're setting that, right here, on win fight. Right there. Encounter bits count equals earned bits. There we go. So we're going to set that. We're going to pass that variable over to the encounter manager so that it can actually do something with that. Meanwhile, the encounter manager needs to know where to find the coin scene. Right here. There it is. And we're going to instantiate that in the same way that we do with the chest, which is just instantiate. We can give it a linear velocity of at a random, sort of give it a random direction. Have them all kind of explode out. So we'll use this code right here. Let's see. So we use theta linear velocity times 1.3 and times start distance, which is 1. Okay. Dobby. Master has given Dobby a sock. Can't remember. Do you have like $1 coins, or were the? No, it's all just a single coin instance. It's just this one. I mean, they're not really an item you find in exploration, so I can't imagine ever adding additional denominations without making things really, really weird. Dobby has instantiated a scene. So I need to load this scene. Is that right? Is that how we do this? We have to load it and then instantiate it. Show me an example of loading a scene that we've done before. Not preload, this. Sprite path. Yeah, you have to load it and then instantiate it. Okay, cool. Then let's do that. Encounter zone, no. Encounter manager. Art. Sky backdrops. We should work on... I feel like this is going to look a little bit boring, but we need to pack our backdrops into reusable scenes. let's do that after we finish this project here. That's a lot of snow, Willow. Load the coin scene, and then for I in range encounter bit side, we do coin scene dot instantiate. That's coin. We're gonna get a random theta, which is going to be rand f times 2 times pi, and then coin dot linear velocity. We're gonna grab this from the chest code where we pop a coin out of the chest. This right here. Theta, and then radius was just 1, so we can ignore that. Do, 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 do. I instantiated it, right? But I didn't add it to the scene yet. So we gotta do add child to the scene? How does the chest do it? Prize. Yeah, it just throws it as a child of the chest object. I guess that's fine. Encounter manager. That's got to be some kind of auto load, right? No. Where's the encounter manager sitting? Oh, it's part of the scene manager. That makes sense. So it is a single object. It's a singleton, basically. I mean, not literally, but basically there is only one of them in existence. All right, and then that should mean that coins pop out randomly at the end of an encounter. So let's see it, right? Let's actually see it happen. What is it? F6. I'm a little off of my Godot right now. Oh wait, I want a regular pig. I need a regular pig. Welcome in, Theron. Hope you are doing well tonight. I'm just gonna fight this regular pig. Oh, 3 pigs. All right, well, I've got just the thing for them. Nice. I forgot we added the dust cloud. All right, let's see coins go everywhere. I didn't see coins at all. I saw no coins happen. Where's all my coins? Oh, got him with the sneak attack. Hit him with the instant win. All right, what do we get down there? 15. Okay, it did create them, or it did have them here. So this was here. There must have been an actor. Was there an actor? What would the actor be? Uh-oh. What would the actor be? All right, hold on. Show me... Yeah, here we go. Actor. Encounter zone. Yeah, so when we land in a fight, we have an actor. So it is hitting that first one. It is hitting this if statement. It wasn't a runaway, so we land in this one. Position. We're not setting the position of the coins. That needs to be actor.position. Let's use global just to deal with any potential issues there. Now for like 2 hours, woke up at 11 p.m. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe you work third shift and that's fine. I had a second shift job for a while where I'd, was it second shift? Yeah, I'd like, whoa, okay, well, they're here. I don't know why they went down. Let's add, yeah, where I worked like 2 to 11 or something. Okay, this should be fine. Vector 3. That, and then 3 up. It's going up. So that's weird. I want to make a little change. Oh gosh. Don't know how you manage. Why does it do that? Why does it do that? I know why it does that. I actually know why it does that. Oh, that's weird. That's weird. But we want to, instead of add child, okay, we want to add sibling on the actor. I'm not going to bother explaining what is happening here. It's like, I know I like to go on tangents of explaining how something works. There is no point. It is such a specific to this game thing that there's no point in even bothering. There we go. Nice! That worked. I got 15 coins out of it, which is, I think, how much I was expecting. That was probably how much I was expecting. Nice. Battle actions. Award bits. Yeah, one more test. Let's take on something that's not a regular pig. These should have a default coin count of 0 to 1 randomly. So we're gonna get 10, maybe 11. Or just 0. Why they were here? I got 17. Why were they over here? Next to the hay bale. That's, is that the spawn point? It's close to the spawn point. Your position is here, sir. Cool. 16. Okay. Oh, yeah, 5 to 10. Okay, so that makes sense at least. All right, we'll take that out then. All right, now they all do 0 to 1. Let's work on the sky. Let's handle this. Day says our skies need work, and she's right. What we want is we want some shared skies. Right now, pretty much all of our skies are very, I don't know, just set up for whatever they're set up for. So let's create a folder for environments. There we go. Let's start on chapter 1, room A. Beautiful place, lovely place. I'm gonna start counting these trees as, no, I should that be separate? I don't know anymore. It kind of feels like it should be. All right, so this includes the directional light, the world environment, and the backdrop itself, which is just these little green sprites here. These 3 pieces make up the environment. We're gonna save that as a scene. This is gonna clean things up considerably going forward, I hope. We're gonna put that in scenes, shared environments, and we're gonna call this, I don't know, chapter 1? Chapter 1 environment? Or environment underscore chapter 1? Or should I be more descriptive? Because maybe I'll want to use it, let's say outdoor 1. How about that? Environment, outdoor, 1. Save it. Okay, so now what we can do is go into room B here. We're gonna delete this. Related animation tracks. What related animation tracks? Shouldn't be any related animation tracks to this. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Boom. It's back better than ever as a single node. Hovercat has a vendetta against our vacuum cleaner. Okay, do that, move it in. Now, the advantage of this is we can edit it in one place for everything. So all these scenes that have very similar looks to them, they will now have the exact same look for one thing, but we can make one change if we decide, oh, chapter 1 needs a bluer sky or something. We can very easily do that now without having to change it on 40 different scenes or whatever we're up to. And I think that's great. It's one of those vacuums that has like the separated, like the engine component and the move back and forth component connected by a hose instead of like one single heavy vacuum. They're separated. She does not like that. She's not a fan of that kind of vacuum. I've been meaning to do this for a while. Not that one. This one. Oh, see, this is getting a little bit trickier because these are some older scenes that we made ages ago. And so they have a very different structure set up, which is to say, not a very good one. A Henry? I don't know. Oh. If you ever watched The Brave Little Toaster, roughly in Act 3, where they're at the apartment and they're meeting the new fancy appliances. It's that new fancy vacuum. Okay, not the indoor scenes. M. Oh, where is M? Yes to M. Yes, we do want this one. L. L is a cave scene, right? Yes. Okay, so L does not need one. All right, cool. Now, if we go in here and we edit this sky, or I guess we could do it no, we can't do it directly very easily. Now we can directly modify the blueness of the sky. And say, I want to change the sky. I want it to be more blue. I want it to be more vibrantly blue. I want this to be more blue. Oh, geez, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea, isn't it? Because we got that horizon. Where can I set up? Can I remove the ground completely? Or change the angle of the ground in some way. Like, I'm not 100% sure on how the sky options work in Godot yet. I've played around with them a little bit, but not that much. Cover? I don't know what cover. Sky cover. Okay, interesting. Like, what if... Okay. So that's the bottom color. Horizon color. As long as the horizon color matches, right? So I could presumably do this and then this. And then mess with this curve a little bit. There we go, to get kind of a lower down one. And then mess with this color to be more blue somehow. Bluer than... See, that just looks purple now, of course. So there's that. Maybe that looks all right. Let's take a look in here. So now the sky is bluer here than it used to be. Of course, you can barely... Ugh, look at that. See, that looks awful right now. Looks awful, but I can change it in one spot now. Wow. Oh, wow. Get back to our cyan roots. Sneaky pig sneaking around back there. I see you sneaking around. Little cheeky pig. Ooh, I dodged him. All right, all right. It works. I approve. spent a lot of time on that animation for how quick you can get through it. Bye, cat. I don't think so. I don't think we'll do that. Bug. You see such a small sliver of sky over the mountains here. It does make me want to make it more... make this white. Make this white. Make this more cyan. Yeah. Cyan. Really, you don't see much sky at all. The lighting here, as a result of some changes, makes that look a little different than it used to. That's fine, but it's notable. All right, there we go. Well, cool. We're getting there. We are getting there. I've left lots of little empty spots where we can add characters, NPCs meandering about. All right, there we go. We have Outdoor 1 environment. Hooray. Nice. All right. Let's get back to the matter of these coins, because they're doing some very, very strange things when they pop out over here. Like, that is definitely winding up at 0, 0, 0 when those coins pop out. And that's not what I want to happen. Does that imply that the actor's global position is somehow 0, 0, 0? It shouldn't. But we're gonna find out what's happening with that, aren't we? All right, let's get into fights. Let's make some fights here. Let's roll this up so I can actually see this. Hit him with the insta-win button. Once we get the coins, we're still not done. Okay, it says it was at -12, 1, which I believe that. I do not believe this. Not for a second. That is not where these guys were. So... Huh. Why is it in the place it is? It was under enemies. It's still there. It's at the correct spot, but the transform here is -13. Is this set? No, that's fine. Is this at a weird spot? No, that one's at -11. So that also looks very normal. Are you picking them after the fight or as an insta reward? No, they spill out on the ground. You have to move around to collect them. Helmet pig is that. All right, so let's take a look at these coins here. Let me mess with some values here to make sure we're looking at the thing I think we're looking at. Okay, so it says this one is this one. Collision shape, transform looks normal. Node transform looks normal. That's got the actual spinning object there. That looks to be in the correct position. If I were to take the transform of this and, yep. If I were to move it to 5, there it is, it's there. So is it actually at -11? -12. Okay, but that's 0, 0, right? Is there some kind of... Oh. Huh. the room has a transform of 11. Why? Actually, I do know why. It's so that 0, 0, 0 would line up in the middle of the room for when I spawn in. That doesn't explain much. That could roughly explain the offset. But not quite. Like, it's definitely coin.global position. Does a coin have, maybe coin has some kind of code in it that messes with the position? No. No, it does not. It is just handling the player collision and nothing else. Okay. All right, how about this? I'm just gonna have it print its global position every frame. So right now there are none. Okay. And then we tally up our XP. And then 0. What? Dang it. I think I randomly did not earn any coins from that one. I guess that is a possibility. Okay. Now let's see some coins happen. Okay. 1 in 8 chance of no coins. Seems unlikely. Let's see some. Okay, there. It's at -7. It says that its global position is -7. Which is over there. But note here, we told it to spawn at -18. So it scooted over 11 units. Huh. Between that initial spawn and the first instance of processing, it moved over 11 units. Oh, well, okay, no, that should be fine. We're only adding a little bit of an up vector to it to change the coin's global position. Then we're adding it as a sibling. Am I moving the same? No, there was only 1 coin, so it wasn't any kind of loop shenanigans. And then what? Global position is set to the same global position that the actor has. Is it because the actor is gone at that point? Maybe. That's actually vaguely believable. That because we're freeing the memory reference to the actor, maybe it, in that interim time, has a 0, 0 coordinate. But it's local coordinates instead of global. No, they're still spawning over here. And I'm fairly sure, I'm gonna confirm. I'm fairly sure that if we did this, they're gonna start spawning there. Which just raises further questions. Okay. Da-da-da. Da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. I earned none. Retry. I should really just set a minimum coin while we're debugging.
So close to a year, I can almost smell it.
Turtle. Thank you for that tier 1 sub. 50 months. That's nearly a year. By Jove. There's 0 again. All right, I'm changing that. We're getting there. All right, let's have a minimum coin count of 10. Turtle! Snail! Okay, so where'd they go? Huh. Now they're over here? Right here. Okay. So... it moved over the amount by the same amount, but not in the direction I would have expected at all. It might be on cooldown. I don't know. Actually, it very likely is, because I don't think it's been that long since they redeemed it. This is perplexing. Global position, not the room's position. Does that make sense? No, that doesn't make sense, because the actor is right here in global space, so the coins should be right there in global space. None of this offset should matter. We did sky work. Was that... We have rainbows. We're not doing stormy skies. Why would we have storms here? Everyone seems to have a very different idea about what this game is than I do. Luckily, taking a page out of Dupu's book, only my opinion matters. Why are the coins spitting out of the ground over here? That's the big question. Hi, Al. Hello. Ah, I see. So the rule is, for derailments, I have to not want it. I need to just remove that redeem. Opinion to... Nice opinion. Al, we're making coins pop out of pigs, but it's all going terribly wrong. Ads are coming up in 5 minutes. Be warned. Be warned. The ads are coming. Why are the coins coming out over here? At first I was like, it's you know what? All right, hang on. Let's just reset this transform to 0, 0. Just to see where are those coins coming out. Are they going to come out right here by this barrel? I'm going to walk all the way over here. I'm going to fight this pig. Well, fight is a strong word. I'm going to instantly win. And now they pop out at the correct spot. don't like that. Debug insta-kill is my favorite attack. Okay, is this guy gonna work as well? It's completely unblockable. It's not as good as insta-win. That also comes out at the right place. Why would the room's offset matter at all, though? Like, if I move this 3 units to the right, why? If the room's offset matters, that's very bad. It shouldn't matter. We're using the global position. Oh, that's gonna throw off our pig locations, now that I think about it, so that's fun. I am, yeah. That's what I was thinking. That's what I was wondering about. Like, I'm using global on both of these. Let's scoot this back to here. Yeah, we're setting the global position of the coin to the global position of the actor. Now, I've already debugged on that and confirmed the actor's position is one thing, but when the coin actually does its process, it no longer lines up. Tell you what, let's do. I'll tell you what, let's do. All right. We're just going to print the coin's global position.x. And then I'm going to add a process call here that's going to do the exact same thing. Print global position.x. All right, so we should see before and after. Yeah, I tell it to spawn at the enemy's position. All right. Win. Yay, we win. Incredible. Okay. All right, hold up. Let me see the top. Okay. We spawned it at -12, global position, mind you. Printed coins global position .x. No, wait, that can't be right. Why was I getting a vector there? Did I screw something up there? What was that printing a vector for? Oh. Dang it, because I'm super smart. Wait a second. Hang on. Actor position. Don't print the coin anymore. Just pass. All right. We're just gonna set we're gonna print the actor's position followed by the coin's position. Immediately. Instant win. We win. I guess you don't get coins when you do it that way. We're skipping the coin step, as it turns out, if I do that. Uh-oh, here comes the ads, guys. I'm sorry. Okay, we killed him. All right, watch for it. Boom. Look at this. -10. All right, actor, global position X. It's because of add sibling. It's the order of add sibling. It's got to be. Somehow that order is mattering. When you set the Not named. It's got to be something like that. That did it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Did this fix it? Did we fix it? Cross fingers. Cross fingers. That was it. So when you change the parent, because it keeps the local transform when you change the parent. That's why. That's why. Whew. Yeesh. Well, that was something. All right, but we got it. We'll take it. Now we're going to completely rip it out because Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. City Escape? No, it's Spyro. Dang it. Play City Escape. Woo! All right, we are going to... I don't have my GameCube up here. And I can't get it because there's a child sleeping nearby. It's very unfortunate. Gosh. I'm not going to get the GameCube. I'd have to rummage around for chords and be very loud. Getting out one of the old consoles is an event. That is a whole thing. A planned ahead diversion. Man, playing through Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. What a bad game that I really enjoyed as a kid. It's on Steam? That's probably worse. Right? That's almost certainly much worse. And it was already bad enough. I can't imagine. Yeah. It's probably a bad port of an already absolutely broken physics engine. Like, did you see the GQ clip I posted when GameCube was playing his GameCube copy of it? He just immediately falls through the floor. It's like, no, that's just kind of how the game was. I remember. Sonic Adventure 2 is held together by a prayer and nothing more. Oh, jeez. What were we doing? Right, animation. We're going to reset animation of the actor. So we want the encounter manager. All right, so we want this actor. Assuming that we're not running. Why would there be a victory? I don't know. Actor.reset animation to hurt. And then we're going to do some timeouts. And say, wait for this, wait for that, wait for this, wait for that. We're going to use a little bit of a cheat here. Oh, we should probably set this up well in advance. Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get it. Let's use this magic right here. This is magical. It won't work, will it? Because of pausing. Ooh, that's gonna be tricky. It shouldn't be, Mac. It's not been an hour yet. Let's use a timer. It says all claimed for the stream. That can't be right. That can't be right. Because it's not set that way. So the message that Twitch is providing is incorrect, which is not a huge surprise, to be honest. Let's see here. We're gonna have a bound action of create a puff of smoke, delete the sprite, and generate the coins. But we want it to wait a bit. But I want it to respect... This doesn't respect pause. This already doesn't respect pauses. So we may as well just not even bother caring about the fact that it's not going to respect pauses. Maybe someday we change that, but for now, we're just going to tell it, change it to hurt, wait half a second, then spawn the poof. This should be a preload. Because then we don't have to load it. It can just work. Where's our poof? Smoke poof. Right there. Forsaken Fortress 2. My favorite class-based shooter. Yeah. It was kind of a little bit interesting and novel for the time, but pretty meh overall. Just kind of, it was a bit barren and uninteresting for the most part. It was fine. It was fine. Honestly, I don't feel like Wind Waker had great dungeons. Like, looking back at it, I feel like every dungeon in Wind Waker was just okay at best. But gosh, was Wind Waker just... It was just a fun world to be in. Oh man, guys, I know what they can do now that Tears of the Kingdom is in the past. What can they do next with the Breath of the Wild engine? Make Wind Waker, but with Breath of the Wild. You know, like have the player build massive sailing ships, not these little dinky, oh, it's some planks and a sail on top. No. Give me just an absolute beast of a sailing ship. Viking ship, yes. I didn't really... Okay, I was like a ridiculously innocent child. And so there was... Basically, it was like, if I wanted a video game, they're like, okay, yeah, that's fine. Admittedly, I was usually just playing Mario stuff, but one time at a friend's house, we played the multiplayer of Duke Nukem on the Nintendo 64, and I was like, this is fun. I like this game. I'm gonna get it. And it was very pixely, so you couldn't even tell. Like, as a child, I did not realize those were strippers. I did not know what was going on there. The 90s were a wild time. The babes. 2 out of 2 babes saved. Duke Nukem said a swear. On the Nintendo 64. They let him say a swear. Okay. Smoke poof. Right. So he's going to be hurt for 5 seconds. And then we're going to create a poof. We're going to instantiate a poof. We're gonna set the global position. We're gonna make sure to add a sibling. We're gonna delete the actor, and then we're going to create the coins. Right there. Well, and then we're gonna delete the actor. Okay. I think that's everything. My worry is this down here. So we're gonna go ahead and set this here beforehand. Reset values. Let's just add this into a function here. Okay. And do this before this part here. Because at that point, we don't need... let's see here. Sure, why not? Okay. In range num bits. I'm caching these values out before they get reset. Okay, cool. That should do it. I think that should make this guy sad and then blow up in a little poof of smoke. You may doubt. It was a legendary failure. It's weird. Ah, good old Earthworm Jim. Close. That didn't seem quite right, though, did it? Let me watch that again. Let's see that again. We got a raid coming in from Dolvin Game. Dolvin, thank you for that raid. He's gone. He's just deleted. Also doing some game dev tonight. Excellent choice. Excellent choice. Well, welcome in. I hope your deving went well. We do love a little bit of chaos, don't we? So if you're coming in and you've had a long raid, need to rest, we totally understand, of course. But if you've got the time, would love to hear about what you're working on. Afternoon nap time. Oh my gosh. Yesterday, I was close to being like, I need to get away from work and just nap. The night before, kid was coughing overnight. She's still getting over like the tail end. She's not got a fever anymore. She hasn't been sick for like a week, but she's still got the cough. It's kind of sticking around for a few extra days. And oh, it was bad last night. Kept waking up. Oh man, Dolphin, thank you for that Prime sub. You only get one of those a month and you decided to spend it here. Much appreciated. Thank you so much. Please enjoy our wonderful ads and whatever else that you get with a sub. I fail to keep up with that. How you sustain. Yeah, you have a very strange sleep schedule, Theron. You know what? I certainly will. Same, Al. It's always too long or I'm not asleep at all. There's no in between. Why is here? Let's add. Let's make this like a 1.5. It's because this is happening independent of the pausing. The action pause. That's just the very thing we were concerned about, wasn't it? Yeah, same, same. You know what? You know what? We can do it. We can do. Okay, pause menu. When you pause the game, what happens? What do we do? Thank you for that follow. All follows are anonymous. If you prefer to continue lurking, enjoy the show. If you'd like to say hello, we'd love to chat. That's the royal we. It's always the royal we. Pause menu.instantiate. Does our pause menu code have some kind of on? Where are we turning off the game processing? It's got to be like a process mode, right? Like process mode. Yeah, look at this. Current scene process mode. No, that's for start battle. Oh, that's perfect. That's start battle. So that's what it is. It's current scene process mode enabled and disabled. And then I bet when the battle ends, process mode goes back to normal. Okay. Now, because the encounter manager exists outside of the game world, it does not pause ever. It's always going. But we can check to see if it is running by nature of the scene manager. We can just look at the scene manager process mode. Is this also how we handle pausing? I still don't know how we handle pausing. There's unpause, which, you know what? Unpause will probably give me the same useful information. Unpausing. Oh, it's tree.paused. Oh, that's a weird one. Okay, but that also, I think, changes the process mode. Yeah, it's depending on node's process mode. Okay, so some things are immune to process, to pausing. Okay. I hate the elevator level. I think Undercurrents is the best level I made for Pen Pals, and probably will be for some time. Teeter Top is a close second. I determined that the levels I like the most are the levels where things still happen at the bottom of the screen when you've kind of half-filled things up. That one's pretty good. That one like blends thing. It's like the animals are in a blender. Everything's getting mixed up constantly, kind of shuffled, washing machine style. It keeps flowing through, moving things around, so you don't get things stuck as much. I hate this. Ooh. I want this to work, but I want all of this to happen independently. I mean, I guess I can do this and just like get the timeout just right. But it's not good. It's not good. That one's a funny one. I like it. I think that was a fun one. Let's try 1.5 and see what happens. Fight me, pig. I win. You thought you had HP. No. Oh. Oh. We need to remove the encounter zone from the actor. That's a thing. So the pig has an encounter zone. Ooh. Yeah, so we need to get... Actually, we can remove the patrol cycle as well, can't we? We can just delete all children from the actor at that point. There's no reason not to, I don't think. So, before we do the await... my actor dot get children dot, is there a for each? No. For child in children, get rid of them. Okay. And that should get rid of that encounter zone, make it so that that no longer comes up. But I want the actor to still exist. Oh, that's not gonna work, is it? Dang it, he's gonna disappear because the sprite is actually a separate object. Let's see, yeah, he's gone. He's gone. Yeah, because I deleted all of that stuff. Okay, I really only want the encounter zone gone. You got me. I've never cared for root beer. The flavor just doesn't work for me. Dot get node encounter zone. I think probably the closest flavor I like is Dr. Pepper, but that's still a bit of a stretch. Root beer has a very specific, I don't know, like a bit of a tang to it that I don't like. That was close, except he flew into the air for some reason. Love Dr. Pepper. How about a nice Pib Extra, Al? Can I get you a Pib Extra? John Leguizamo's favorite drink, I hear. All right, let's see. Yeah, he slides away because he's still got his velocity. I kind of want him to stick around a little bit longer. But also, I need him to stop moving. Wait, what is that? He's a character body. Does he have velocity? He has a collision shape. Where's the velocity? Where's the velocity on this guy? Physics body. He's a physics body. That means No. 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 I know you have velocity. I know it. You can't hide forever. All right. Actor base, velocity. Yeah, you just have velocity. I just can't see it in here for some reason because I'm just not looking in the right place. Hey, Captain. Devastating defeat in a game of chess. I just don't like chess. It's too big brain for me. Gosh, I'm giving you guys all my terrible opinions tonight. Don't like root beer. I don't like chess. What is up with that? Okay, you have velocity, right? Oh, one time I won a battleship tournament without being present at the tournament. It was during college. They with a group of people I hung out with. Is he like following me there? What was that? What was that about? It wasn't like oops, no, not that one. It wasn't like a big tournament or anything. I think there were 8 of us doing a bracket tournament of Battleship. Yeah, he's definitely following me still. I need to delete his patrol zone, his patrol cycle. Why is it named Patrol Cycle 2? I don't know. Okay, so let's do this then. Encounter zone has a script and patrol cycle has a script. Okay, so what we're gonna do is say, oh, I've got encounter zone right here. Haha, how about that? Wow, look at that. Dummy. What a dummy. Anyway, I wasn't there at the tournament because I had to work, but I still really wanted to play. So I wrote down very specific instructions on exactly what square to choose, regardless of my opponent's moves. And it won me the tournament. I apparently figured out Battleship and probably got a little bit lucky. We could find a no, you can just do it. If child dot name dot begins with encounter zone, and then similarly for actor patrol. There we go. That should do that. Okay, so he should stop following me. Oh, he might not because... No. Will he stop following me? That's what we're here for. We've just got our little corner of the world carved out here where we all hang out and just bring each other small joys. Okay, that was actually pretty good. That was pretty good right there. The poof. We decided that a poof in battle needs to go up by 0.3. There we go. So that ought to do it. All right, fight the pig. Okay, dead. And then Dead. Poof. Nice. That's a good point. These guys trying to act all cool. Totally understandable, Captain. Nice. Look at that. Money. Okay. Whew. Bring our base amount of money back down to 0. Coins, done. Add that. Next up, item chance. Chance. I just realized item chance is very scary. I think in Thousand Year Door and similar games like this. Oh, actually, you know what? I'm not sure if Bug Fables lets enemies hold items. I don't think I ever saw that happen. Very interesting. I think I want enemies to be able to hold items because I think that could be interesting. Now, enemies still have a chance of dropping items in Bug Fables. But actually seeing an enemy hold an item is very interesting because you can know that they have extra abilities for that battle. It's like, oh, they could use that healing item. I gotta make sure I target them first so they don't use the item on their friends. Oh boy. Enemies with items is something I've had in the back of my mind for a while. It's like, oh yeah, this should probably happen at some point. Lizard Party. Ah. 30 pack. Gosh, it's getting late so fast. Double Lizard Party. Okay. What do we want to see next, chat? Do we want to see more modules that we could make? Or we can work on enemy items. Got itchy back. Good thing I've got this back scratcher. Oh boy, enemy items. All right. Let's think this through. But let's think it through in a happier place. Let's go to the farm here. So we can watch the wheat swaying gently in the wind. All right. Enemy items. All right. So an enemy has a chance to spawn with an item. That's going to be defined by the enemy directory. We're going to say that any given enemy has... You can only have one item, maybe even a module. That was something Thousand Year Door also did, is that enemies could occasionally spawn with a badge, and they would actually have the effect of the badge. So if you saw an enemy that spawned with an HP up badge, they would actually have 5 additional HP. If they spawned with a defense up badge, they would have higher defense. 1-up mushrooms, you could spawn with a life shroom, excuse me. Like all those effects were actually programmed in to work for the enemies as well. Now, life shrooms were interesting. On the player team, when either the player or partner dies, life shroom brings them back. If an enemy has a life shroom, only that enemy dying brings that enemy back. They don't share items. Each enemy has their own unique inventory of either has an item, has a badge, or has nothing. I would recommend it. 64 and Thousand Year Door, both excellent games. Thousand Year Door really refines the formula and streamlines it a bit, but there are some places where it does seem like it is intentionally trying to stretch the runtime of the game a bit. I would really like for this game to be, all meat, no fat, but realistically, that's probably not going to happen. I think that's a very high bar to aim for. Even Bug Fables had some areas where it felt like, you kept going to new areas and you kept seeing new things, but it's like, all right, but I feel like we should be getting to the end. I'm not really sure where we're going with all this. I have some complaints about Bug Fables. I really like Bug Fables, but I still have some things that are like, that was just okay at best right there. Okay, so enemy has a chance to spawn with an item. For a given enemy type, are there multiple things they could spawn with? I'm going to say yes. Let's say a Piggle could spawn with a strawberry, or they could spawn with whatever other thing. I don't know what. But the point being that an enemy is not limited to one item type. They will only have up to one item in battle, but the possibilities there could be more than one possible item available for them to choose from. Each item should have the same spawn chance. We have to be careful about exactly how we build out the schema for this, because once we start designing it for several enemies, it makes it much harder to change later. So we want to make sure that whatever we do is more robust, something we can do anything we want to do with without having to change the underlying code. So let's say an example is our Piggle enemy on PC. Not legally. Xbox, definitely not. The original Thousand Year Door is on GameCube. The remake of Thousand Year Door is on Nintendo Switch. The original Paper Mario is on Nintendo 64 and is also available on the extended virtual console thingy on the Switch, if you have that. Let's see. So what does it look like? Let me see. Are there any? So you could have like a bunch of different items, but like, what's the chance? What's the base chance of an item? That's the question. Let me see if anybody knows about this. Let's see here. Well, actually, there is a game fac on it. Oh, man. Man, oh, this brings me back. These text-based documents with searchable keys, like a table of contents and everything. Not just the Mario RPGs, the Paper Marios, and not just the Paper Marios, but specifically the first 2 Paper Marios. What songs can you play? I knew a guy who played bongos in a... I was roommates for a brief time with a guy who played bongos in a band, and they had a gig at TGI Fridays, and I'm just now realizing how weird and made up that sounds. Why would TGI Fridays have live music? Is that a thing? I've never heard of that. Is my life the setup for some kind of punchline? Weird. Okay, let's see. How do these work? Drop data. To determine what items the enemy should hold in the battle, the chances of getting an item is its hold weight divided by 200 plus the sum of all hold weights. Ah, okay. So it's a weighted random table. That's a pretty good way to do it. I like that. 200 plus. That makes a lot of sense. Because it means it's easier to add things into the table. I guess what you would want is like a base chance, base item chance of like, well, hang on, let's look at some of these here. Goomba. All right, we're looking at the actual data here. Oh, you gotta go. Have a good night. Yeah. Absolutely. Now let's bring this over. Let's bring this over here. Let's take a look at this. Okay. So this is the drop rates for a Goomba. Wait, why are there 2 numbers exactly? What is this? First thing to determine is whether you will get a... Okay, hang on. To determine what items the enemy should hold, chances of getting an item is its hold weight divided by 200... plus the sum of all hold weights. Yep. Got it. Okay, so that's the first number is the hold weights. The first is the item badge hold rate, which determines the likelihood of seeing the item or badge in battle. The second is its drop rate, which tells how likely you are to receive it as a random drop after a battle. Ah, okay. So the right side, this is all the items that you could see it drop. All right, at the end of the battle, the first thing that's determined is whether you will get a random drop, a held item drop, or nothing. Oh, that's weird, but okay. Oh, and it's even worse in the pit. Oh, that's fun. Random drop looks at the front enemy's drop table only. I can see that making a lot of sense. If the held drop item is chosen... Okay, so there's basically separate weighting tables for which items you see them holding versus which items they can actually drop. That makes a lot of sense. You wouldn't want some items you would like for them to be able to drop without seeing them hold it in battle, and maybe even vice versa. But it seems like you have a larger chance of getting an item if it is held and also in the random drop table. So how would we represent... We're not going to use that system exactly. I don't like... There's certain things about that system I don't love. But this is a good starting point to see kind of how that works. The weight, the drop weight. Oop. I'm gonna need to go check in on my kiddo. Having a rough time. I'll be right back, guys. You never see snails coming. They're too sneaky. They're too sneaky. Whoops. Snake is sticking in my arm. I'm afraid of it. No, it's not venomous and well behaved. I went to a place. I did some. I spent a few months abroad in Southeast Asia. And there was a place there called the Snake Temple that I went to visit. Oh! Oh! We got it. It's done forever. Alright, Hudson is now banned and can no longer... Oh man. That's exciting. We're back. Hello. Okay. Well, maybe not. Okay, she's probably fine. Keeping an eye on her. We'll probably do a weighted system, but have a flat rate for chance of item drop. Do I not have merch? I don't have merch. I don't really like the idea of merch. Weirds me a bit. I think it would be strange to some degree. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure. I do wear Dupu. I think Dupu shirt is a fun character. Buy Pen Pals themed stickers. The thing is, I feel like, and this is subject to change, but I feel like I'm okay if someone wants to just have some stickers printed for their own personal use because they just genuinely like the characters. It's like, I don't think that would bother me that much. You don't need to give me money to do that. I feel like that adds overhead. Like if you have a printer, a color printer, and some packing tape, you can probably make a pretty cheap sticker. Okay. Let's go into our enemy directory. Let's look at this here. Items. And then it's a list wherein we can say, like, and I guess we want a separate hold and drop. Held item pool. It can be an item or a module. Key, strawberry, and then weight. And this one is where we're gonna differ quite a bit. 1,000 Year Door's weight system it's based on a flat value. wherein what's the best analogy to use here? I know, I've got the analogy. We have 200 pieces of paper in a hat. Okay, we're gonna draw a random piece of paper out of a hat. We have 200 pieces of paper that say nothing on them. And we can add to the hat based on our enemy setup. We can say, oh, add 10 pieces of paper that say Super Mushroom and 10 pieces of paper that say Thunderbolt. So now we have 220 pieces of paper. We're going to grab one at random, and that's what the enemy is going to hold. That's okay. It's okay as a system, but if you wanted to specify a specific, I don't know, like, if I wanted to bump up the chance of an item drop or something on an enemy, it would be weird and very strange, but possible on that system. Normally in a weighted table, I don't want that 200 nothing to be in there. I just want to say, like, okay, 50% chance of X, 50% chance of Y. Something like that. The channel's original character. Original the character. Was Rover the original character? Possibly. It's very possible. I'm trying to think if there was anything further up in the game dev before that. So I think Make a Game on Stream was Rover. That's what that became. Maybe one might argue that the wheel predated Rover, if you could consider the wheel a character. So we'll have like some kind of base chance of an item of, let's say, 10% or something. Okay, so now that we know how this system works, what does a Goomba have? See, already 20, 34. 34 out of 234 is a pretty big chance. It's a 10% chance of the enemy holding an item. Okay, that makes sense. Some of these items are not available because the enemies cannot use them. I get that. Okay, so you could have something like this for held item pool and then a separate one for a drop item pool? Or would you instead want to have a single item pool with a hold weight and a drop weight? Maybe something like that. Oh, yeah. Oh, you know what? I wonder if Dabble predated Rover. He wasn't named Dabble at the time, but there's a very good chance that, well, yeah, definitely. That was before I even started streaming. I had those characters ready. They were going to be in a different game entirely. Okay, so we have an item pool now. So let's ignore the hold weight business. Look at all those characters. I think I still have... Let me see if I still have a dumb mock-up from ages ago. Let's see here. Oh boy. Who knows? It's got to be in one of these PSD files, which do not have thumbnails, so I have to wait for Photoshop to load before I can even peek. All right, what is Untitled 1? What is Untitled 1? Ah, I love being in the fields. Okay, not that one. Let's see here. Found it. There it is. What a great emote that was gonna be. Stupid Sharpie eyebrows. That's Hovercat. Come on. What was this one? Oh, no, not that. That's just a Mario Maker thing. Do I have any other? What is this one? Oh, no. This was an early Panic mock-up. I don't know what else we've got in here. What's that? No, it's just the same as what we end up with. No. No, that's all we got. All right, let's give an enemy the. Oh boy. Okay, this is gonna be tricky. This is gonna be tricky, guys. But I think we can do it. If we truly believe. Do you believe? I think I believe. All right, so what we need to do, a battle unit. Battle unit can have held item. Now, battle unit is an abstract representation of any combat unit. It doesn't one-to-one relate to the actual things on the screen sometimes, like the actors and stuff, but this is the abstract thing, the thing we can put in a spreadsheet, basically. Held item is going to be a string? Because it's just the item key, right? And we can have a held module. Similarly. Oh, module directory. See, that's no good. HP up, on equip, on unequip. That affects the specific unit. So it needs to have different functions for when a monster, an enemy, is holding it. That's gonna be interesting. Just a separate one function. Doesn't have equip and unequip. It can just have a on monster wear, and then it's just that unit dot defense plus equals 1. Something very simple. But it has to be different from how they work for the player. All right, held item, held module. So when we are creating, oh boy, this is gonna be big. This is gonna be big. Oh boy. Here come the ads. Everybody buckle up. All right, so for now, we just want to start with held items in combat. All right, so let's get started on Battle Manager, because this is where we create the unit on screen, where we initialize units, add and initialize unit. Here we go, right here. When we do this, we're gonna look up. They didn't have those guys in S&W. Oh, it didn't have Hammer Brothers. That's true. I guess they wanted to leave the name Hammer Brothers specifically for when they were on the ground. Maybe they were planned. Maybe there were going to be two types of Hammer Brothers. Normal and amazing flying. Amazing flying. Okay. So there is a chance when we look at the unit type that we're going to look at all right. Oh boy. Enemy directory. We're going to look at item pool. Item pool equals unit dot get item pool. And if it doesn't exist, it's an empty list. Yeah, they really did, didn't they? Huh. Boy, Goombas have just been just Goombas for a long time. Sure did. It wanted to stand out, and it did a good job of standing out. All right, what is the most iconic enemy added in for each Mario Bros. Mainline game? Obviously, Mario Brothers 1, Goomba. You can't go wrong with Goomba. Birdo, I was gonna say Shy Guy for 2. Birdo became a full-fledged character. 3, Chain Chomp immediately comes to mind. More relevant than Birdo? Maybe. And yet he doesn't show up in a ton of... I guess he shows up more than Birdo. But like in mainline Mario games, he doesn't really show up anymore. He's always in the offshoots. He's always in your Mario parties and your Mario tennises. Mario Tenai. All right, we're gonna get the item pool, and then let's see here. Do we have a good weighted system here already? There's gotta be a existing random weighted. We're gonna have to look up the docs for that. Yeah, there's not. Okay, so obviously the hand is the winner for Mario 3. Oh, yeah, bombs were 2. That probably does beat out Shy Guy because bombs show up in a lot of games. Yeah, Mario 2 weirdly impactful. Let's say that you have a 10% chance of holding an item. Oh, dry bones. Oh, thwomps. Yeah. Captain _ Anosa. Our discussion right now is out of every mainline Mario game, which enemy is like the one most... Which enemy is the most out of each one? Big Boo for SMW. I guess he did become a full-fledged villain in a way, if you consider him to be the precursor to King Boo. Not Chuck. Chuck showed up, eventually in like Odyssey and later Mario parties, but I feel like they were really fishing for some nostalgia stuff. And they're like, Charge and Chuck, of course. Yeah. Torpedo Ted got more mileage than Charge and Chuck. Toad is the most. He's not an enemy yet. All right, so let's look up Godot. Weighted random. There's got to be a built-in. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, here we go. Weighted random probability. Woo. Weighted number generation. Where is it? Where is it? Weighted random probability. Oh. Crud. Nope. Wait, there is a rand weighted method. Returns a random integer between 0 and the size of the array that is passed. Each value in the array is a floating point number that represents the relative likelihood. Okay, good. And it will return the index. Okay, that seems good. What is that under? Rand weighted. What is this under? Random number generator. Oh, okay. There it is. Okay. Okay. That's doable. That's doable. Disco waffles. No. We gotta limit it to enemies. But it does feel like every Mario has the one power-up. Like, the flagship power-up. Starting with 3. Because it's like, in the logo, you've got the raccoon tail. Mario World, he's flying on the box art. Mario 64, wing cap on the box art. And then Galaxy just barely has power-ups. What about Mario 64? What is the enemy of Mario 64? Is it the eel? It better not be the eel. Maybe the Whomps? Or Thwomps? Yeah, Wonder's got the elephant. Even though Wonder has like multiple power-ups that are added in, because you got bubble power-up and stuff, it is very themed around like the elephant being the weird thing. Man, they got us all excited about Mario Wonder, like, oh, they're letting Mario do weird things. And then it was just like, I guess it's a little weird, but like, barely. 3D World did weirder stuff in some of these levels. Hope you're having a good night, Slav. Okay. Let's not initialize this every time. Let's just do that. Okay, so we have to pass in... Oh, what happens if rand weighted gets an empty list? What does that do? Is that like super bad? What would it return? I'm gonna see what this returns. I need to know. Oh yeah, everyone's wearing a hat. Operational, fully operational glibber. All right, what did it just spit out? -1. Okay, cool. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so to get the weight, we need to take our item pool. It's not not select, is it? What's the equivalent? What's the equivalent of a link select? That's a plugin. No, I'm looking for... It does happen, let me tell you. Let me tell you. That's why I get like 2 hours to stream. Array filter. Okay, so array has filter. What else does it have? Has any and all. Map. Item pool dot map. A dot hold weight. Yep, perfect. All right, so that's going to give us an item index. If the item index is not -1, then we now have the item name, which is going to be item pool sub item index dot key. Boom. So now we know that he's holding strawberry, for instance. Now, what do we do with that information? Well, yes, it means that unit dot held item is item key. Or do I go ahead and instantiate the item itself? Let's see here. Oh, interesting. Interesting. So I would need item directory. Do we have that here? We do not have that here. Okay. It is. It's tricky. Like, the current midweek schedule for me is basically, you know, get kid ready for school, work, and then as soon as I'm done with work, my kid is already home, and then it is play, homework, hygiene, dinner, and then she's asleep. And then I have about 2 hours and change, which I'm just doing programming. I'm combining hobbies because there's just not time to both make a game and stream video games. So I'm just streaming making a game instead, because there's just really not enough time to do it all. Okay. Item directory, right. So we'll hold an item, but what does that actually do? We have to actually draw the item. Let's see what we got here. Combat. Item icon. Is that the one we want? It is the one we want, as a matter of fact. We look up item icon elsewhere in here. There we go. Battle moves. We have the option to create an item icon. When you use an item, you hold it above your head. When an enemy holds an item, they're not going to carry it Like if they're physically moving towards you to like attack you, they're not going to be pulling the item with them. The item will either disappear or just stay where it is. Neither is great. Neither of those things is great. Because I can see problems with both of those solutions. But we'll figure something out. Maybe we do top level so it doesn't move, but it's still a child object or something. Okay, but we can create this item right here. Item icon. Preload that. Preload that scene, and we'll go ahead and just attach it at this point here. So we'll need the unit actor. We'll have to make sure to add that to the child. Held item equals item icon dot instantiate the scene. Add it as a child. But top level, I thought it was called top level. What is it? What is it? What is this? Transform. It is top level. Top underscore level. Okay. We're gonna set the global position equal to the actor's position. Where are we setting the actor's position? When are we setting the actor position? When does that happen? No, really, when does that actually happen? Add and initialize units, set unit positions. Okay, so we don't want it to be top level. Instead, we'll just use a relative position of equals vector 3. Let's have it be slightly to the right, slightly up, and slightly back. Is that way back? Maybe. We'll see. Also, let's set it up so it's very likely for a standard pig to have an item. We need to be ending stream soon. Okay, that was not back, as it turns out. Also, those don't cast shadows. Do I want them to cast shadows? It could be cool. It could be a little bit cool for those to cast shadows. Item icon, Sprite 3D, flags, alpha cut, opaque prepass. There we go. Now they cast shadows. Incredible. Turn the brightness up just a bit. Okay, so the Z index is wrong. Wrong. And we need to set the item icon. So that needs to be negative. Held item dot item icon equals. Oh, see, that means I need the actual item object here. So held item probably should go ahead and be the item itself. So let's have item directory available here. Get item key. So we're going to say held item is now a nullable object instead of an empty string. Item icon is item dot icon index. So for strawberry, we should be getting a strawberry. Let's find out. Oh, I can stream a little bit longer than usual tonight. Well, I got no pigs. Yay, he's got a strawberry behind him now. Look at that. Look at that. All right, now the problem is I don't like that a lot. I guess I'm kind of okay with it. It's different. But I'm okay with it, I think. It seems fine. Let's let it just be there. I'm okay with that, I guess. Okay. So now we have an item. Now he needs to be able to actually use it, which is going to be pretty rare for him to have any points to heal, but ooh. Okay. Let's look at these items we have. Like strawberry. Okay, it has an HP and an MP value. That's excellent. Get single target heal function. Good. Okay, so we can do a little bit of heuristics for the enemies for them to determine whether or not they are allowed to use these items. Lizards, check yes. Okay, because I so brilliantly set this up so that HP and MP are actually variables that we can read. I love the lizards so much. We can say, if you have an item and that item has an HP value, then you can use it if a potential target is missing HP. Whew. That's rough. That's what we got to look for. Then we need to do the same for MP. I thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. All follows are anonymous. Oh, Factorio items. Okay, 6 letters and then 7 letters. No G. Bullet, not bullets. Oh. Now I'm interested in what it's gonna be. No H. Okay, and then we need to have a separate heuristic for, like, well, if you can use it on enemies, then just go wild and use it whenever. Now the next question is, if it is usable, are they guaranteed to use it? Or does it just go into their pool of moves for that turn? Oh, no. I almost had it. Yeah. I know it. It's a space age item. It's a space age item. It's new. try an R. Me and Hovercat were watching. Sometimes we'll watch Game Grumps videos before bed, and we were watching Wheel of Fortune, and this one time there was this massive puzzle with like one letter, and I got it, and she just turned to me with this mixture of awe and disgust. I'm gonna hang on to that feeling forever. Okay, battle events. This is where the enemy chooses what action they're going to take. Normally, they just have a list of moves. But we are going to add to that. Yeah, it's some Aquilo stuff. It's good, but it's weird. It's good, but it's weird, because you get this neighbor bonus, which is pretty powerful, but then you have to somehow chain enough of the engines to it. And you have to balance them in a weird way. Aww. Poking the bod. It was so surreal to see him in Panin's video on Invisible Walls. That was a fun moment. I was like, oh, I know that guy. He's famous now. Panin Koic has some amazing technical videos on Mario 64. Always a treat to learn like more about how this weird physics engine works and why it does weird things. And it's amazing that as many weird things go on in the Mario 64 physics engine, it's still miles better than Sunshine. You need to get to Aquilo. Take your time. Get things shored up. It is worth having everything ready for Aquilo. And honestly, it's like you don't get a ton on Aquilo that you need. I don't feel like. What's the Aquilo tech that you can get? It's like the fusion stuff and yeah, wait until you've got Gleba working, because you're gonna need a good supply of the carbon fiber stuff from Gleba to really get everything created on Aquilo that you need. Okay, moves. We grab a list of move names. That is different. I guess use item could be a dedicated name. Like a special case string that we do. I guess. All right, let's find out. Are we allowed to use the item? Check if can use item. Right. That's my dedicated name. Da-da-da-da-da-da. How you doing, Imp? Finally got Bioflux, Iron, Copper, and Science to stop and restart. Starting with eating up all your belts after the factories. Yeah. It's bizarre how little factory you actually need on Gleba. It really is. The real challenge on Gleba is just getting it figured out to start with, and then dealing with the stompers and all the other pentapods. It's a challenge. Yeah, we're doing well tonight. We're making some progress. Ignore the bot. We're actually going to be able to go a little bit late tonight's minor victory was you actually need a spoilage farm. You can use recyclers for that, I think. He didn't notice me. I went right behind him. So tonight's big task was getting coins to drop after combat. Hit him with the insta-win. So now we're getting coins to drop after combat, hopefully? Yeah, I mean, not much, but still. We'll adjust the amounts. And then the next piece that we're working on is items, which that's its own thing. And I just realized this is silly, but it doesn't actually roll for what you're fighting until you start. So if you run away enough, I think you could get a different set of... Can you? Or does it lock in? Am I getting really lucky, or... I think, yeah, Al, I think it should do that. And it really does seem like it is doing that, but it's... I don't think I coded that in. I'm expecting a bug, but I'm not seeing a bug. Uh-oh. It's working. Why is it working? I don't remember making it work. All right, hold on. Let me just look at the enemy directory. Wait, so it would be... Look for this guy. No. You can totally get different sets here. It's a 50-50 every time. We're supposed to be able to see pig, pickle, balloon. It rolls... When does it roll? Oh, wait, no. Maybe? Scene manager, encounter manager, actor. What actor? Does it roll when loaded in? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It shouldn't. No. It happens right... This happens when we are starting the battle. This happens when we start the battle. That's 01 Pig Balloon. Which for this encounter zone, 01 Pig Balloon. Yep, that lines up. So it's picking between these two sets of enemies. 2 balloons or 2 regular pigs and a balloon. It's supposed to pick random. Didn't feel very random to me. Yeah, that 50-50, you could roll that many in a row. Okay. Let me see. Let me just look at this. All right, we rolled double pig. Now let's see. Does it actually re-roll? It should re-roll. It did not re-roll. That's incredible. How did we get this to work? How did this work? Because encounter details is not null. It's getting set. Oh my gosh, it already rolls it. I didn't even intend for that to happen. I mean, I wanted that to happen, but I didn't intentionally write it that way. But yeah, once it rolls it, it keeps it that way until you reload the map. That is hilarious that it accidentally works out the way I want it to. That's dumb. Okay. Accidentally, good job. Okay, We're not going to finish this tonight, but we are going to start on... Ding. Oh, let me see if I have this here. Since Imp is here, and I mentioned this when we raided over to him, I want to see if I have this. This is, nope, not this one. This one? It may not even be over here. Not this one. Oh, got these bajillion little... I was trying to see, do I have, since I mentioned it, the really old, my first D20. It's not over here, is it? It is somewhere across the room, and I will never find it. It's probably with the source rule books. I've got the 3.0 and 3.5 books over on a bookshelf across the room, buried behind a bunch of stuff. So, show and tell is, we'll take a rain check. I missed the lizards. No. It's shy and likes to hide. That's typical dice for you. No, it was the ones that came with, I played 3.0. I used to do a lot of 3 until 3.5 came out. And then I played with some people, and we used mostly the online SRD, which was 3.5 rules. A Repro First Edition box set. That's fun. 3.0 is the system I got in a starter box for Christmas many years ago. Let me see if I can find a picture of what that would have looked like. No, I want to see the 3.0. Show me the 3.0. That's the one. That's the one. Hang on, hang on. This one right here. This bad boy right here. This is what I started with. The 3.0 starter box. Oh, and it's sealed. Oh, gotta get a copy of that. I've still got the actual box. It is in shambles. It is barely holding together. But it came with a little adventure book that had like 6 very crummy little adventures. And I have gotten to run those for many people before as their first encounter with Dungeons and Dragons, which is such a fun thing to do. It's like when someone is completely new to tabletop role-playing games, you get to introduce them to, all right, you're going to a cave in a forest, and there are goblins there. And anyone who's played Dungeons and Dragons before is like, okay, yeah, I mean, of course there's goblins there. But people that are brand new are like, is that dangerous? What an amazing story. No, it's not, but I appreciate the excitement. You had like some AD&D starter box, got secondhand. That's fun. I never played AD&D. I've heard it is, I mean, THAC0 for one, but it's a little bit different. Oh, Slav. So I used to do 3.5 a lot. My main group has moved to Pathfinder 2nd Edition. I tried Pathfinder 1st Edition many years ago a little bit, and I liked how 3.5y it was. You just like to look at the book. Understandable. I nerded out many nights, like reading through the entire 3.5 Player's Handbook multiple times over, just because I was like, oh boy, the magic items chapter again. Oh man, yeah. Love looking at magic items. Oh yeah, I should give my players the deck of many things. What could go wrong? THAC0 certainly was a system. I've done... Okay, so Pathfinder 2e is my current jam. I'm really taking to it. It's got a lot of things I like. There's a handful of things I don't like, but on the whole, I like that it's kind of fresh and is fun. Al ran us a 5e game a while back that was a lot of fun. System is fine. It feels very similar to 3.5 with some changes, with a little bit of 4 DNA in there. Yeah. I have tried Dungeon World. I thought I was really gonna like it, and then we kind of got into it. I was like, don't care for it really. Not my cup of tea. Most of them were brand new to D&D. That is such a good feeling. Oh. What was wrong with hit? What? Pugmire? I've not heard it. Oh, with it? With which one? Dungeon World? I was expecting something much crunchier. It has this weird thing where I get what it's going for, but it specifies if you do not meet the trigger, you cannot use a move. So it's like, I don't know, it's like if you try to do an action, but you literally have no moves that technically trigger by that action, you just can't use a move. So it would be like, what's an example? Like, there's, I guess a lot of soft encounters, like social stuff. It's like if you're not actively trying to compel someone or whatever else might fit the bill, then if you want to move the game forward, because that's the only move that triggers is when everyone looks to the GM to see what happens, you challenge them with something. It's like, well, this isn't really an appropriate time in the story for anything to challenge them, but according to the rules as they're laid out by the system, I have to introduce a complication when nothing is happening or something like that. Yeah, it's like it's not even an option. It's like the barbarian can bend bars and break doors, but that can only trigger if you are blocked by, some kind of thing. It's like, okay, if the barbarian wanted to break a table in half, well, I'm sorry, but you have no move to do that. It's like, so I guess in that case you are having to, I don't remember what the equivalent is, like face danger. It felt like a system that wanted to be half crunchy and half very loose, and it kind of is mediocre at both. I didn't really care for it. Now, Ironsworn goes very heavy on things being much more abstract, but it works if everyone is on board with it. I don't meet the requirements to open this door. No, if everyone's on board with Ironsworn, which, since it is built to be a one-player game, that should be pretty easy. The trick with Ironsworn is everyone needs to kind of get the vibe at the same time of like, I think we need to lose this fight. You can't really lose without the game's consent. Or the game can't make you lose without your consent. It's very strange. You get to decide what happens. And now, you can use some random tables to get inspiration on what should happen, but it is ultimately completely up to you what happens when you fail a roll. So, if you want to just win a fight, you can say, oh, I got slightly inconvenienced because of that failure. That's technically allowed. So everyone needs to kind of be on the same page there and say, no, guys, I think what would be most interesting for the story here is we lose. And that can be difficult when a group gets larger, or if they're more used to crunchier systems like D&D. But I still really enjoyed my time with it. I played a second game of Ironsworn off stream with some other friends of mine, and it was a lot of fun. I'm trying to think of the other major systems that I've tried out. Did a one-off of Lasers and Feelings, which is just one of those it's a one-pager, one of those one-page rules systems where it's very loose, kind of almost a party game of RPG. Not quite to the degree of Honey Heist, but about on that level. It didn't really reward creative problem solving. I think it just depends on the group. I had very different experiences running it with my off-stream group. I think ultimately it just is a lot. It's very group dependent. Okay. Items. Enemies using items. That is battle events. The enemy turn event, right here. We need to check to see if the enemy can use an item. This is gonna be weird. All right, if the enemy has an item, then let's see who it targets. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe. That's a lot of the reason that the game ended a bit more abruptly than I think people were expecting, is I could detect that a little bit of it was dragging on. So we need to look at the item. So we'll have something like this object, and we will check to see the target. We want to know, who does this target? Typically, these will target either a single friendly unit or my team. Okay. So if it is friendly / my team, then we can use the item. All right, this is going to be a huge if-else nest. Oh, is that Hovercat? Hovercat is heading home, so I will wrap up. I kind of want to hold off on this. This is such a big undertaking. We're going to need like a whole stream to look into this. Or maybe this is an off-stream thing for during the week, like a Tuesday, Thursday, when we're not streaming. Let me check our to-do list to see what we could do on stream next. Because I've got a lot of stuff that's going to be very grindy code stuff, which works great off-stream. I'm much better at working on those things off-stream. Whereas the more creative, like, oh, let's put some bushes down. Oh yeah, this looked great right here. That kind of stuff is great for on-stream. So let's say that on Sunday stream, we are going to work on, we revamped Room C. Room C here is looking a lot nicer, a lot cleaner. We got the little swaying of the field. Let's rework this room, I think. Look at these ugly. The grass is all over the place. We weren't sure how to do that. The shop could use more items. We need to fix the camera stuff and figure out what we broke on that. Yeah, let's make it our mission to work on redoing this room, clean it up. It should be more froggy. Yeah, we're gonna add some more frogs. Have some frogs just kind of wandering about, and then we'll come up with funny things for them to say. All right, so Room D checklist. I get that. I guess for me, it goes in waves, because after a long time of DMing, I'm like, gosh, I really just want to... I just want to go into a dungeon, beat up some monsters and get some treasure, and then do that again for like 6 months. Just on loop. I don't even want an overarching story at this point. I just want to beat up a bunch of monsters and get loot and gradually get stronger. Very gradually. I like the slow grind. We're gonna fix the grass, fix building camera angle. Not sure what's going on there. We are going to add more talking frogs with fun things to say. They're gonna have so many conversations. Is there anything else in this room that really needs tweaking? Might have a guard frog up here. Give me the treasure. Da-da-da-da-da. 50 HP. You have 10. This one's just coins. The butterflies are on point. We could work on the butterflies a little bit to give them a better texture. Right now, they're just 2 rectangles each, which looks fine from afar, but when you really start looking at them, that's a little silly. So can you fall off here? No, we did fix that at least. I'll say maybe improve butterflies. I like the butterflies. They're nice. But I feel like they could look a little bit nicer. We need more of them? Probably. At some point I need to rework the water shader. You can kind of see through it a little bit. Very ugly. Yeah. Give it more stuff. Right, I want these. The fish can't really work until we fix the water. Just more and more butterflies start spawning everywhere. But that loading bit is like really far out there. Snails up to. We'll never know. Let's raid Germ Dove. I need to get out of here before Hovercat gets home, so that I can get straight to bed. We've got a lot of house cleaning to take care of in the morning. So we're gonna raid out to Germ Dove. Thank you there for the follow. I appreciate that. All follows are anonymous. Yeah, Imp, it was great to see you. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate that. Good conversation. I always love talking tabletop. Guys, we did not do a lot tonight, as it turns out. We made a little progress. Item usage for enemies opens up a lot of interesting stuff in combat. It adds more variety so that every once in a while your combat is going to be a little bit different, and I think that's fun. It's going to mean a lot of setting up random tables for individual enemies, but I think that's all right. I'm going to try and work on that mostly off stream, though. There's a lot to that. We're going to go see Germ Dove, friend of the stream. He is, I assume, doing some Mario right now, because that's kind of his thing. We will be back on Sunday next week for our usual schedule. Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So stay tuned, and I will see you guys then. Have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.